Number 17, Notre Dame returns home to take on another MAC school, hoping for a better result the second time around.
By Samarza, inside the 20, inside the 10, he's going in! Notre Dame has scored!
Go! You will be that driving force to motivate those coaches and those players to beat Southern Cal.
Notre Dame is relevant again.
The 20, the 10, 5 rocket touchdown.
Notre Dame is number one.
It's a game of who's going to flinch first. We know that it won't be Notre Dame.
Hello again, everybody. I'm Landon Traylor, joined by Logan Traylor, Dylan Kearns, and Coach John Richards. As you see, he's got the coach there on his side. The Irish take on Miami, Ohio, Saturday at Notre Dame Stadium. It is their second and final MAC school, the first time in school history that there has been two MAC schools on the schedule. Before we start breaking it down, we do have some breaking news as of yesterday in the Marcus Freeman press conference. Jordan Botelho and Ashton Craig are out for the season. Scrave is week to week, which means weekly. He will be back at some point this season. It is a matter of weeks, not months, or not the season. So, two huge losses for the Notre Dame. One defensive player, and obviously the big center that we lost. So, two big losses for the Irish moving forward for the 2024 season. Next man up needs to be the mentality, JR.
No doubt. Next man up. Let's see it. We got plenty of depth, especially against a MAC school. This should be no problem.
Well, the Redhawks enter Notre Dame Stadium with an 0-2 record, losing 13-6 at Northwestern. Their 3,000 stand stadium that they're playing on the lake. And a 27-16 loss at home to rival Cincinnati last week in a game that just got unraveled by them on their own home turf. Quarterback Brett Gabbert, he has 566 yards through 2 games, 2 touchdowns, and the big thing for him, 3 interceptions thus far this season. I believe he tossed 2 of them against Cincinnati last week. Listen, Miami of Ohio, they only have 64 rushing yards the entire season so far, and they've played Northwestern and Cincinnati, not really eye-opening defenses to say the least, but 64 rushing yards through 2 games. I haven't heard that stat before. That's quite frankly astonishing, just to me, in my opinion. Cade McDonald is their go-to receiver with 240 yards and one of the 2 touchdown tosses from Brett Gabbert. The O-line, they have surrendered 7 sacks this season in 2 games. They have forced 2 fumbles, 0 interceptions. They have 2 sacks of their own on their defensive line, and they have surrendered 364 pass yards, 365 rush yards surrendered through 2 games. They are scoring 17 points per game through 2 games. And last week, like I said, it kind of got unraveled. They had 356 pass yards last week against Cincinnati and lost the game by 2 touchdowns. So this is a team that really is kind of depleted. They think they should have won those 2 games. They had a chance to win 2 games and be 2-0 against power teams. Whether you like it or not, Northwestern is a Power 4 team. Cincinnati, which unfortunately Cincinnati is a Power 4 team now, 0-2 against those. So, JR, Miami of Ohio, it's kind of hard to grasp, but they look like, for the eye test, they're pretty rough. They're in pretty rough shape headed to South Bend.
0-2, but coming from the MAC, playing a Big Ten school, and Cincinnati, and kind of an in-state thing, you got to respect who they're playing. I know Northwestern's nothing to us, but it is a Big Ten school. They're not Purdue. They're down there for prison inmate Big Ten players of the week. But very proud tradition. I'm going to say this: they might have one of the best players on the field on Saturday with their linebacker. He's a stud. Their offensive line is a bit surprising because they returned a vast majority of their unit, and I think 4 starters. So that's a bit shocking there. But we can't take anything for granted. We saw how we got shoved around by NIU. We can't just show up and thinking, oh, we're back home and we're back on track and let's just go out and, it's another game. No,
Right.
no.
Right.
But they are struggling. Maybe this is a get right game in the right spot for us. We'll see how it turns out.
Absolutely.
I'm interested to see. I'm interested to see our usage with our backs.
Right. And, you mentioned, hey, we're back home. Yeah. We tend to play better on the road so far this season. I'll tell you that because I've liked what I've seen in the 2 road games we've played more than I did when I was in South Bend a couple Saturdays ago. So, Logan, moving forward, Miami of Ohio, they got some issues running the ball. One of our strengths is defending the run, as we've seen last week in West Lafayette. I don't see anything changing there. Do you?
No, not at all. I'm still a little concerned. Obviously, there's still some problems that need fixed and corrected. But listen, this is a team that won the MAC last year. This is a team that is very well coached. He's got his fingerprints on his program. It's his 11th year there. They're going to be ready to go. They're going to be ready to go, and they definitely probably have some more confidence going back and looking at that Northern Illinois game. Probably, believe that they can compete, and we got to do a better job of letting them know, hey, this is this is a different type of level. We got to put away early.
Dylan, would you second that?
I'd say so. And I think this is going to be one of those games you can't sleep, like JR was talking about. Like you got to respect them. And to his credit, they came in with a tough schedule with the Big Ten and Cincinnati. But I think it's going to be one of those games where Notre Dame, they cannot sleepwalk through this. This needs to be another butt whooping to where we can really start gaining confidence, regaining that confidence, I should say, in this team going forward, because it was a rough showing 2 weeks ago in that home stadium. And Marcus Freeman, he's got 4 losses at home as the head coach. That's not good. That's not good. He's lost 4 games at home as a Notre Dame head coach during his tenure, which to 3 of those schools you can say shouldn't have lost to.
Very correct. As you mentioned, Logan, Chuck Martin returns to South Bend, where he was an offensive coordinator in the magical season of 2012 and the rebuild year of 2013. We were dealing with some suspensions, still managed to produce a 9-4 team with a solid offense that year. Before taking the job at Miami, Ohio in 2014. He is a 2019 MAC champion. He is a 2023 MAC championship runner-up last year. He won his division last year. He is a 2-time Division II champion at Grand Valley State. He had a total 74-7 record at his time at Grand Valley State. And he has the Red Hawks playing winning football. He only has he's won 6-6 a couple times and lost his bowl game. He has also won a few bowl games, which for Miami of Ohio, it's a storied MAC program. That's pretty big for them to win bowl games and win the MAC as well. JR knows all about Miami of Ohio, being from Ohio, I'm sure, JR.
Yeah, my sister went to Miami of Ohio. Yeah. So this is kind of an in-house rivalry. They were 11-3 last year. They were 7-1 in the conference. I think they beat maybe Toledo or somebody in the conference championship game. So this guy's going to know how to manage a game. We need some chaos. We need to be disruptive. We need some negative plays. We need a lot of pressure. Interestingly enough, they took their bye before UC. Normally teams take their byes before Notre Dame, but I don't know. What's this, the second or third time we've played them?
Yeah, second. So I was getting to that. The last time these two met was September 30th. Happy birthday, Grandma Jill. 2017. It was a 52-17 Notre Dame victory. It was 28-7 at the end of the first quarter. It was an Irish beatdown through and through in 2017. We all know how 2017 transpired, but Notre Dame is 6-1 against the MAC in their school's history. Dylan's sister also went to Miami of Ohio, if I'm correct. Is that right, Dylan?
Shout out Cheyenne, our teacher now in Dayton.
Yeah, see, there you go. There you go. It's a GDR reunion bowl here in Notre Dame Stadium on Saturday. So 6-1 against the MAC is Notre Dame. I'll start with JR here. Keys to the game. Give me 3 of them as usual.
Well, I'm going to go right back to our running back usage. I want to see how running back centric we are in this game. And I don't mean just by straight up rushing the ball. You know, Dylan, he's a big proponent of getting our backs involved in the passing game. I think that's something that, you know, BK was fairly good at with guys like Theo Riddick. So Love reminds me a lot of him. He's a multi-purpose back. He's not somebody that you just hand the ball off to and rush him between the tackles. So our running game is one. I'd like to see, 2+ turnovers on defense. That's a big importance for me. And let's see something happen in the kicking game. I want a 3-phase complementary football game. That's what I want.
Logan,
sorry, Logan. Did I steal your thunder there?
Logan, we'll kick it to you there, Logan.
Oh, God dang it. All right. Well, if we're all on the same page, I think that's a good thing, though. I had turnovers. You're going to win a lot of football games when you're forced in turnovers, especially when you're scoring on those turnovers. That's huge, especially with an offense that isn't as consistent as we would all like them to be. That's a huge key for me. If we could get 2-3 turnovers, maybe a pick six, you're going to be in a pretty good spot. Special teams, figuring out the punting game, just kick the ball. And then tight end wise, I want to see our tight ends involved. It'd be nice to see Mitchell Evans get back in the flow of things.
Right.
5 catches at least for him, whether that's, just little dump offs, getting him in space, just finding him, getting him some confidence and getting Riley even more confidence for him completing those balls to him. This should be another game to where at halftime we know Angeli should be coming in and, we're getting ready for Louisville.
Steve. Moving along here to Dylan. Keys to the game for Saturday's ball game.
3 words. Air it out. Throw the ball. We're 3 weeks into the season and don't have a passing touchdown. Got to air it out. Start utilizing that asset of your game. Look, Miami's a school. This is a team you can practice that. I mean, I know it's a Pop Warner offense I talk about, but this is a team right here where you throw the ball. Like, this is your game. Even if you turn it over a couple times, screw it. You're still going to win this game, I would think. But I mean, this is your test. Throw the football, make plays. I want to see a receiver get 100 yards. Talking to you, Bo Collins. Let's get you a 100-yard game. Let's get a 250 at least from Leonard. Let's throw the ball. Let's act like a quarterback and not some high school kid out there that's too scared to throw the ball where he takes off after his first read. Stay in the pocket, throw the football, score touchdowns offensively through the air. That's key number 1. Key number 2, going back to we're not beating the dead horse here. Punt the ball. Punt the effing football. Drop the ball and punt it. Not hard. You can find many of those kids around. I'm sure a lot of them would love to go to Notre Dame. And it's an issue right now. It's an issue. We need to find a way to win those field position games and get in the groove that way. Number 3, I'm going back to the offense because the defense, I don't have anything to complain about so far this year. On offense, I'd like to utilize Jeremiah Love a lot more. Get him the ball whatever way you want. I want 20 touches out of Love, 100 yards out of Collins, passing touchdown at least for the starting quarterback, and I'll throw a 4th one in there. Stay healthy. It's Miami.
You didn't ask permission to do
I don't care.
That's a minus a point. We're on a point system here now at GD.
Dylan, the saltine of the week.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. My keys to the game, Landon Saltine of the week. Oh, God. Keys to the game, mine for number 1 is don't overlook to Louisville. We've seen a couple of times where Notre Dame has overlooked its opponent, and especially especially in the Marcus Freeman era. I think back to the Central Michigan game last year. We had Ohio State the next week. We kind of fell asleep a little bit, let Central Michigan hang around, make some plays. We fell asleep on defense. Now, we won the game in dominating fashion. However, I think we were just overlooking to 0 State the next week. So don't overlook to Louisville. We all know what's coming in. we got to take care of business on the field because Miami of Ohio, they will capitalize on any mistake that we make, especially under this great head coach of Chuck Martin. Listen, if we could stop their run, which we can, they are a terrible running team. If we could stop the air raid attack that they have, I think we win this game in dominating fashion. Their offense is very one-dimensional. They're going to throw the ball. They have 51 rushing yards this season. Pathetic. They are not a good running team. They are going to throw the ball on you. Benjamin Morrison, I expect him to get a pick six, and I expect Xavier Watts to get a pick six. I think we get 2 pick sixes here in Saturday's game. I think Aiden Schuler might get one as not a pick six, but I think he might get an interception as well. We know what they're going to do. We better be ready. And lastly, Dylan stole it right from my mouth. Air it out. This is the team to do it. They've given up over almost 400 passing yards this season in 2 games. This right here is the team to air it out against. I want to see Riley Leonard throw the ball. I want to see Steve Angeli throw the ball in the second half. Hint, hint. I think we blow them out, and we are on our way to Steve in the second half. So, with that being said, we shall see what we shall see in South Bend on Saturday. Hey, it's time for one of my favorite segments. It's the Week 4 picks, and I have some updated standings for all of you. In first place, it is JR at 63-12. And tied for second place, the 2 brothers, Logan and Landon. Believe it or not, we're brothers. 61-14 apiece. And in last place there, just like his Jaguars, Dylan Kearns, 60-15.
Oh, low blow.
No, here's what I'm saying. I knew I needed a bucket for this show. I had a bucket. I almost brought one to the left because I knew you were going to say the name Gabbard, and that makes me sick.
Oh.
Our quarterback many years ago, freaking Miami's quarterback, it's his brother, okay? Can't lose to Brett Gabbard because Blaine already has okay, small side rant here. Screw you, Chad Henne, for going to the Chiefs and winning a Super Bowl. Screw you, Blaine Gabbert, for going to the Bucs and winning a Super Bowl. Blaine Gabbert has 2 Super Bowl rings. He backed up Mahomes and he backed up Brady. And what do the freaking Chiefs do on their opening night ceremony? They're honoring Chad Henne, who not only screwed over the Jags with his terrible play, plus he's a Michigan guy, so you stand by that. He screwed the Jags, couldn't win. Then he comes off the bench and beats our ass in a playoff game with the Chiefs. I hate that guy.
Is Gabbert still in the league?
He's a free agent, as he should be.
Call the
wasn't he in San Francisco for a minute?
He was in. So he started with Jacksonville, went to San Francisco, went to Tennessee, played a little bit there when Mariota got hurt. He showed enough on tape to where he could be a serviceable backup. Goes to the Bucs, wins a Super Bowl as Brady's backup. Then he goes to the Chiefs when Henne retires, another former Jag quarterback that didn't pan out, and he wins a Super Bowl there.
Okay.
All right.
2-time Super Bowl.
All right, Dylan. Call the Wambulance.
Dylan Saltine of the week.
Right, no kidding.
You started it, Lando. You came for my Jags, man.
I guess I did.
Doesn't F us tonight or on Saturday.
Nobody wants to play in Jacksonville, I'll tell you that. Prison inmate game of the week. We got 2 of them this week. It's a dicey week. However, I like these games. Stanford at Syracuse Friday night on ESPN at 7:30 p.m. JR, Logan, Dylan.
That's a decent game.
Not really. These teams.
I'll go Syracuse at home. Nice win against Georgia Tech.
Did they win last week?
They had a bye.
Okay, so they're what, 2-0, 1-0?
I believe they are
2.
The Orange are 2-0.
2-0.
If I remember correctly, they have somewhat of a favorable schedule here.
Yeah, they could be players in the conference.
Yeah. Give me cues.
Kyle McCord looks darn good. Like, he looks fantastic. In the Dome against Stanford, that's a long trip. West Coast all the way there on a short week. Yeah.
Right. I have Syracuse in this one. The line is -9.5. Cuse, give me Syracuse to cover that. Stanford, we all know how they're going to transpire this year. They're just, unfortunately, it is what it is for Stanford. I like it. I think it's good for the game when Stanford's good. they're not going to be good for a long, long, long time. They fired the only guy who I think, in my opinion, could win there and have them playing at a high level. Next up is for the prison inmate game of the week, number 2, Florida at Mississippi State, noon Saturday on ESPN.
Led by the warden, Billy Napier. Did they remove him yet?
No.
He came out on record and said he has 100% certainty he'll be back for year 4.
Okay, give me Mississippi State. No, actually, you know what? Where's it at?
Mississippi State. Cowbell.
I'll take Mississippi State. They checked out on that dude.
Mississippi State just lost to Toledo, though, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
All right, I'm getting one back from you, JR. Give me the Gators.
I mean, Toledo whooped them.
Whooped them.
Like 1.2 million, kind of the NIU story.
Belt to ass is what we call that.
Yeah, PTA.
Good, I like the spot.
You're going UF, Dylan?
Gators.
Yeah. JR, you said they've checked out on Billy Napier. I think they've checked out on this Mississippi State clown. Give me Florida. Give me Florida. They're favored by 5.5. I think Mississippi State covers. Over under is 57.5. Give me the under. This is going to be a terrible game for SEC bottom dwellers. 1 and 2 versus 1 and 2. Our non-ranked game of the week. I hate to do this, but it is a good game. I think it's going to draw a lot of eyes. Baylor at Colorado, 8 p.m. on Fox.
Baylor at Colorado.
Big 12 opener for Colorado as well at home.
I'll take Shador and Travis Hunter at home. Give me the Buffs.
Jeez, oh Pete.
I'm gonna ride that buff.
God,
I'm bus.
These are the games that win you the picks at the end of the year.
yes.
And Langdon just loves
I'm
it.
down.
Prison inmate. Here it is. It's like a 1-point spread. He's like, this is the game. You're like, oh, damn.
Logan's favorite segment is the prison inmate.
No. Baylor.
Oh.
By
Whoa.
30.
By 30.
By 30.
You know, they showed a little something at Utah a couple weeks ago when Utah had them on the verge of the blowout. So, you know, I don't. Is that guy from LSU still coaching them?
Believe so. The guy who led him to the Big 12 championship a few years ago. Yes,
Yeah,
he's still there. He has not been canned yet. Dylan, who you rolling with?
Colorado, man. They always get primetime games. Prime time for prime time. It's, I mean, Saturday night. It's Colorado's on one of the Fab Fives, and then the other. Anyway, we're going Baylor.
Oh, you're going Baylor. Wow.
Yes. Yeah,
Colorado's favored by 253.5 is the over-under. I'm going with the team with the better talent, not the better coach, but the better talent. I think Colorado wins on talent alone Saturday. I think they beat Baylor in their Big 12 opener. Don't get used to this. Please do not get used to this. They will be 3-1.
Back-to-back weeks.
I know. They played inferior opponents back-to-back weeks.
He's listening to Shador's
Yeah.
rap song. That's
No,
what,
I am not. No, I'm not. I think it's
there at Nick's. He goes to the jukebox at Nick's when he's with Abby down at IU, and he plays Shador's song right after he plays the Testicle Tech fight song.
You know, I will say this. I do think it was his press conference, Deion's press conference after the game was an absolute disgrace to the game. He basically said, "That's Travis Hunter. I mean, what are you doing?" And then he was like, "You're welcome for selling out your stadium to Colorado State." And then you have Shador bringing his offensive lineman behind him after a week ago. He said that it's their fault, and then he tries to blame the media for spinning the story. And then you have Deion saying his kids don't talk trash and wouldn't do that.
He wouldn't shake the kid from Colorado State's hand. Did you see that?
Right. Or how about when before the game, Shador is out there to Nebraska flexing his watch that daddy got him.
Then he walks off the field early.
Right, exactly. When he gets his ass beat like he should. What a fraud. They're fraudulent. They're so fraudulent. Everybody who bought into that whole, oh, prime time, baby, prime time. He has a losing record at Colorado. Moving along here, we have number 24, Illinois, at number 22, Nebraska, a team that I'm big on. 8 p.m. Friday night on Fox. I like these Friday night Fox games.
Yeah, I want to see an undefeated Nebraska roll into undefeated Bloomington
And I want to see
later
the
this year.
Cornhuskers beat the shit out of them.
Give me Nebraska, Saltine.
Nebraska and who?
Illinois, ranked.
Oh God.
How's Illinois ranked? Indiana's not.
Matt Rule, right?
Strength of
Yeah.
schedule, Frenchie. Strength of schedule.
I like
Yeah,
it.
I know.
Give me Nebraska.
Yeah, I mean, they got Illinois, then they got a bye week against Purdue. Then they got Rutgers in Bloomington, and then they got the game at the Shoe.
Hoosiers.
Dare I say Nebraska, Ohio State will be undefeated matchup.
I think it will.
That would be something. Give me the Nebraska huge.
Give me Nebraska in this ball game as well. I like Dylan Raiola. I think he's a great quarterback. Patrick Mahomes, little weird how he's mimicking Patrick Mahomes. Just a little bit odd to me, but hey, give me the Corn people. Marshall, we know all about Marshall at number 3, Ohio State, 12 p.m. on Fox. This is big noon kickoff. I just want to say that is big noon kickoff. That's weird that big noon kickoff chooses this game to go to. But hey, Jeremy Weaver, they got to put you guys on primetime sometime, I guess. Good morning. Head nod pick galore here for the Suckeyes. Hey, don't let your guard down against Marshall. We know all about Marshall. NC State at number 21, Clemson, 12 p.m. on ABC. It's a little bit of a rivalry, I do believe, against these schools.
NC State, they're having a tough go of it. Give me Clemson. They found their footing.
Clemson.
Clemson by 1 million. Dabo Swinney, baby.
Yeah, Dabo saving his legacy a little bit. He found the offense, and Clemson found their spark. They're favored by 20.5. That's a big line. That is a big line, but I think Clemson wins at home, not by 20 though. I think it's 14-17. 14 or 17 points, not the score. So give me Clemson. Arkansas State at number 20, Iowa State. Arkansas State gave Michigan a run for their money last week, but this one's at 2 p.m. on ESPN Plus. Head nod pick, right? Iowa State wins it. Yep. Here's another head nod pick. Kent State can't read, can't write at number 10, Penn State, 3:30 p.m. on the Big Ten Network.
Do they just like to, be the battering ram for everybody? I mean, they were at Tennessee and now they're going to Penn State.
And
getting your butt kicked by Tennessee is bad enough, but now you got to go step into the shower with Sandusky.
yeah,
I mean, woo!
Holy hell.
Oh, hell. Yeah, Kent State is arguably, for them scheduling these types of games, not only are they scheduling these games, they're also the worst team in the MAC. I mean, this team is bad. They might not win a game all frickin' year, I'll tell you that. Arguably the game of the week here. Number 11, USC at number 18, Michigan, 3:30 p.m. on CBS. Yet another home game out there in Cheeseburger Paradise of Ann Arbor.
Wow.
What time is it at?
3:30.
USC at Michigan. Wow. In Michigan, making a change at quarterback. Do we have a line?
We will have a line.
5.5.
USC minus 5.5.
Yes.
Michigan's putting in Orgy, huh? Ain't that his name?
Yeah.
Orgy?
Oh God.
I'll stay away from that. That one's low hanging fruit. Boy, oh boy.
This is not to cut you off. This is the intercourse game of the week. You got the
Trojan man.
Trojans. You got the rubbers and orgy. Let's go.
Oh man. They better double bag it.
Walmart Wolverines, baby.
Michigan. Boy, tough skit. I mean, Arkansas State, though, last week. They had Texas.
And Fresno State, who's not a bad opponent.
Fresno. They got issues up there, man. I said USC was better than most thought, and they're already 11th. I'm gonna go Trojan man for my man Eric Murphy. Murph, what's up, Murph?
Let's see.
I'm riding with JR here. Trojan man.
I like USC in this one. Cover the spread as well. Orgy. I'll stay away from that one as well.
Has USC ever played at Michigan?
At Michigan? I'm not
at
sure
Michigan.
I'm not a big USC or Michigan guy, so I wouldn't know that. I don't know if they've ever played. I know they've played each other, but I don't know if they've played at Michigan before. I like USC in this one to cover the spread as well. Backup quarterback in. USC now has a week to prepare for that backup quarterback since it was announced so early. Give me the Trojans big in this one. Georgia Tech at number 19, Louisville, 3:30 p.m. on ESPN2 in the Notre Dame Bowl. Both these squads will play the Irish this year.
Yeah, this is maybe we get, Louisville. They can't afford to peek ahead here. So let's hope Georgia Tech gives them all they can handle. But I'm going to pick Louisville here. Louisville.
Give me the cards.
Yeah. Louisville here. Big time.
I like Louisville at home in this one. Georgia Tech really let me down last week or a couple weeks ago against Syracuse. They're 3-1 because the week 0 game. Louisville's 2-0. Line is Louisville -10. I like the cards in this one. I think it'll be closer than 10, though. Give me Louisville. UCLA at number 16, LSU, 3:40 p.m. on ABC. It's a head nod pick here because I think UCLA is the worst team in the Big Ten. Give me LSU by a million here.
I can't wait to pick that game. Purdue, UCLA. Tell me they play this year.
They do not.
I don't think they do. So we're all rolling with LSU here. Here is another big one. Number 12, Utah. At number 14, Oklahoma State, 4 p.m. on Fox.
This is a big one here. In Oklahoma State, they went on the road after a tough overtime win, and they handled their business.
Mm-hmm. Yes, they did. They look good. Gundy's got these boys playing good.
What's the line?
What's the line?
Utah by 2.
Rising isn't 100% either.
Utah is a little bit of a different team on the road. That being said, I'm going to take Utah here.
Oh, in Stillwater.
I'm going to take Utah's defense here to stiffen and
okay.
Defense travels. I'm going to go Utah here.
Okay, there's JR's upset of the week, perhaps. Wow, I did not. All right, it wouldn't be an upset actually, but wow, that's a big pick, Logan.
Give me the Pokes.
Ollie Gordon's been kind of quiet this year.
Mm-hmm. And they're still playing good football.
Yeah. This is his breakout game. Ollie Gordon for 150. I think Oklahoma State handles him.
You know I'm not picking against the Pokes. I love Mike Gundy. I love the Pokes, especially in Stillwater. Guys, give me Oklahoma State. Love this team. Especially
Marcus does too.
I'm the only one riding Utah, huh?
Yeah, you are. Big time. You could hurt a lot of people in the standings here, JR. All three of us lose Lose a game, will you jump us in the standings? Here's another head-nod pick. Vanderbilt thought they were going to be something 3-0 headed into this game. Instead, they lose to Georgia State. Vanderbilt at number 7, Missouri, 4:15 p.m. on the SEC network. Give us all the Missouri Tigers. We're drinking the Tiger juice, aka Coach Drink. Number 8, Miami at USF, 7 p.m. on ESPN. USF is a lot better than people think. However, I hate to do this. It is a head nod pick, unfortunately, for the Bulls. That's a good solid pick, though, in the American. I would take South Florida to be a competitor for the American Athletic Conference. Here is a big game. It's the nightcapper on ABC. Number 6, Tennessee at number 15, Oklahoma, 7:30 on ABC, folks.
Wow. Man.
Welcome to the SEC, Oklahoma.
Tennessee rolling into Mobile Homa. I'm telling you, man, that Tennessee quarterback, he is good. He is a dark horse for the Heisman. He was also a D1 volleyball player. Highly athletic. You know what? I'm taking the Vols rolling into Mobile Homa. Heupel, baby. I like Tennessee this year.
All right, moving along here to Logan. We have Rocky Top and another catchy Oklahoma. Hey, catchy fight songs here. Battle of them.
Give me Rocky Top by 15, 16 points.
Woo!
Oh.
Can't stray too far from the leader.
Nope.
Yeah, I'm going to take that freshman. That kid is good at football. Give me Rocky Top.
Oh, Rocky Top, you'll always be home, sweet home.
Good Lord.
Rocky Top, Tennessee. Give me the Vols in this one. Big on the road. I don't care if it's on the road. Give me the Vols big. I'm big on this Tennessee team.
Weaver's going
you guys
to the car. He's going to hear you sing that. He'll probably wreck.
Let me ask you guys something. Would you take a flyer on Heupel?
Yes, I love him. I love him 100%. I don't have to think about that. Yes, I love him. What he has been able to do, he inherited it. Let's not forget that he inherited a mess at Tennessee. They were under scandal investigation with some McDonald's Big Macs going on there and the bags. He inherited that, and he had them playing at a high level from year one. I'm very impressed about what he's been able to do at Tennessee, especially with the way Tennessee has been in my lifetime. Not relevant at all.
He got that Hooker quarterback. He was good.
Yeah. Yes. He ordered him to a website, apparently. Dylan.
You imagine if Hooker was the USC quarterback in that matchup?
I was waiting for that one.
Hooker orgy against the Trojans. Let's go.
On Peacock.
On the cock.
On the cock.
Here's another head nod pick before we turn the page here. Georgia Southern at number 5, Ole Miss, 7:45 p.m. on the SEC network. Guys, I got to say, I'm ready for Ole Miss to play someone. I mean, their schedule has been atrocious non-conference.
Let the lane train get going here.
Ole Miss has offered a local product here by the name of Chaz Coleman. So has the University of Kentucky at Warren G. Harding. Dylan, if you keep an ear open for Chaz Coleman from Warren G. Harding, he might make his way down to Ohio State.
Zero State.
I'll say this, though. This game in my college football 25 dynasty took over Georgia Southern as my first head coaching job. We went into Ole Miss and won by 1 on a pick that sealed the deal.
Nice.
So I did go 4-8 with that team. So it's not like I beat up everybody, but I went into that building, didn't know the playbook, controller shaking on Heisman, and I pulled out a freaking win. So
on Heisman, wow.
I mean, I was literally shaking that whole game.
You
That
know,
was my
not to backtrack here, but we all play college football 25. I will say that Purdue game felt like we had the sliders all the way up for us and all the way down for Purdue, and the level was at freshman as well. That's what that game felt like. It felt like Dom was playing, where you set the sliders for him, and so he could win and not be angry after he loses. A couple more head nod picks here before we move along to the main event. Bowling Green at number 25, Texas A&M, 7:30 p.m. on ESPN Plus. Texas A&M 2-1, bounce back after the loss to ND. Still got some issues on offense, in my opinion, my personal opinion. But
I think Wegman, did he get hurt?
did he?
I think he is banged up. I don't know if he's out, but
I didn't watch any other game last week. We were all at Purdue.
Yeah.
So I didn't see it. So if he did, that's bad or good for Texas A&M. I mean, you be the decider of that. I mean, he's not really a star quarterback, but hey, we're all rolling with the Aggies. Gig 'em, baby. UL Monroe at number 1, Texas, 8 p.m. on ESPN Plus, not on national television. Another head nod pick for the top-ranked team in the country. Texas is back, folks. Number 13, Kansas State at BYU. 10:30 p.m. on ESPN. Sneaky, sneaky game. This is the game that when I get home from South Bend on Saturday, I'm cracking open a cold Coke and I'm watching this ball game at 10:30 p.m. I'm staying up for this one.
Yeah, I'll go K-State. They're gonna come in there and put the whomping on the
Mormons.
Cougars.
Oh.
Yeah, those Cougars, man.
Cougars.
Oh, the schedule. Woo.
Yeah, that's rough. I mean, they're both undefeated. That's something to look forward to here. Michael Jackson University will not win this game. Give me Kansas State.
Logan, you rolling with K-State as well? Dylan jumped out of turn there.
Point.
Right. He's down. Dylan's -2 today. Saltine of the week. Man. Ugh, I got to get a game back. Give me the Mormons. I'm in love with the Mormons right now, Dylan.
Yeah.
Flashback to 2020. Wow, 4 great years ago. Give me the Mormons at home against K-State.
Is it crazy we've been doing this show for 4 years?
Yeah, 2020. That is amazing. It's amazing what it's grown into. And now, Miami, Ohio at number 17, Notre Dame, 3:30 p.m. on NBC. JR, predictions, score, the usual.
Yeah, I go back to the Redskins of Miami of Ohio. Very proud tradition, athletically. Wally Zerbiak, Ben Rapes-Girlsberger. Very proud athletic program.
I just put that together. Oh God.
They're going to come in. They're going to get all the pageantry. I don't expect this to go anything like Northern Illinois. Give me Notre Dame 49-13 with some help from our friends on the defensive side and the special team side. I'm looking for some point production out of them. Give me the Irish 49-13.
Good. All right. I am on the agreement with JR. Hopefully this game is not close, so therefore I'm not going to predict that it's close.
You're not manifesting it into the universe.
Yep, I'm going to go ahead and manifest this one. I think Riley Leonard does record his first touchdown pass of the year. Matter of fact, I think he goes for 3. I have us winning 45-3.
Oof. Wow.
Manifesting it.
This right here is the return of the Mac to Notre Dame. I just want to throw something out there for you guys. Obviously, like I'm not. I mean, this might scare you, but at the end of the day, it's Miami. Since 2020, Notre Dame is 1-4, 1-4 against Ohio teams.
Oh God.
Cincinnati,
Ohio State twice.
Cincinnati, Ohio State twice, and wait, who was the other one? There was another one.
Cincinnati, Ohio State twice.
I just did the research on it.
We beat Toledo.
Beat Toledo by 3. That was the one win.
correct.
It was 32-29. I'll dig into it. Anyway, it's not good when it comes to recent memory against Ohio teams. And then the MAC, of course, last week went in there. That said, I have the Irish huge. I have them winning 41-0. Defense shows up.
Yeah, they do.
I mean, Golden, that statement talking about he was pissed that they gave up that many. I mean, they're going to shut this team down. Mm-hmm. Screw you, Gabbert.
I'm going to follow along with that. Originally, I had this one being a little close, and then I did my research on Miami of Ohio, and their run game really just threw me off for them. It kind of turned me off a little bit on that. This is a bad team. I'm not impressed with Miami, Ohio so far. Therefore, I like the Irish in this one, 56-10 to beat the Red Hawks. I think, again, it's one of those games. Steve gets in the Steve Madden gets in. Steve Madden gets in the second half, and the defense. I think I'll predict this. The second team defense gives up 10 points in the second half. If that tells you anything about our first half defense, that means a shutout. So that is Saturday, 3:30 p.m. on NBC. I believe Dan Hicks and Jason Garrett, the clapper, have the call. So we will see you next Monday to hopefully predict recap an Irish victory this time around through Mac School. Until Monday, go Irish, folks.